Nick Hanauer, you've heard your opponents say to some degree that the pie is bigger because of the people who are successful at the top. And in your opening remarks, you made the argument that that just doesn't make sense. But can you elaborate a little bit now that they've made more of a point that their hard work, ingenuity, investment, risk-taking actually causes, actually grows the pie overall?
We're in violent agreement about that. Mm-hmm. That our economy benefits massively from very clever and very hardworking people taking risks and innovating. That's not the question. The question is, should only a few % of us be able to do that? And the answer to that is categorically no. I mean, look, here's the way to connect these two things. Why are the rich getting richer and the poor getting poorer? Well, here's the reason. Because over the last 40 years, the % of profits that American corporations generate as a percentage of GDP has gone from 6 to 12%. At the same time, the % of labor in the % of GDP devoted to labor has gone from 52 to 42. So that difference is about $1 trillion annually. So here's the thing you have to understand. That $1 trillion isn't profit because it needs to be, or should be, or has to be. It's profit because powerful people like me and Ed prefer it to be. That $1 trillion could very easily be spent on wages. Or on discounts for consumers. This isn't a consequence of some magical law of economics. This is a consequence of differentials in power. And the thing is that if that $1 trillion was, instead of stuck in my bank account, Ned's bank account, but instead was coursing through the economy as wages and opportunity, we'd have more innovators. We'd have more risk takers. That's the beautiful thing about capitalism. If you set it up right, it works super well.
Ed Conard.
I do think there's a popular argument, which is investment waits for demand. And if we don't get the customer demand, we won't get the investment. But it isn't true. Investment doesn't wait for demand. Apple will create an iPhone, and Samsung will come up with a competition, and Microsoft will scramble to fix their problem. There's a lot of churn in the economy, and there's a lot of investment in the economy, and the people who are generating that investment, the money that Nick's saving, which is funding those investments, causes a lot of other consumption in our economy and puts a lot of other people to work. And so what these guys have done, because their argument isn't stronger, they retreat to a mathematical truth, which is this. If the pie stayed the same and we split it up different, people would have $18,000 more money. Germany, France, Japan, they've all tried it. They all distribute income more equally, and they are not able to achieve the median incomes that we achieve in the United States. And why is that? Because there's another economic truth that they don't want to admit to, which is you have to get a customer to pay somebody $18,000 more a year to buy the product to pay them that. And if you can't do that, all the mathematical splitting of the world won't solve your problem.
All right, I want to